Hello.
Welcome back to the We're Just Girls podcast. We are
We're
your
just
hosts.
girls. Oh, Lana Hart.
And Erin O'Day. We are just girls who are 24 years old and trying to figure their lives out because what the fuck is that?
It's so true.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing
I can't
with my
believe
life.
that we're like mid-20s now. We're
so
not
scary.
early 20s anymore. We're
No.
technically mid-20s.
Like, I'm about to be 25.
Yeah. That's so scary. We both turned 25 this year. We're like adults. You get married this year.
I get married this year.
We're like adulting.
I'm so scared.
Yeah.
So this episode, we're gonna chit and chat because we've got a lot to figure out and discuss. And then for funsies, we're gonna do some more rapid fire questions because those are always a hit.
So fun.
And we love to do those.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing for this episode. It's gonna be a little bit different, but it'll be fun.
We're going for it. So, how the heck are you? I feel like I haven't seen you
know.
in so long because we took a little break from recording because we had some people with the flu and then schedules and traveling and everything. So, yeah, it's been a while.
I was just in New York for MLK weekend with my dad's whole family. That was a lot of fun. I feel like I'm deaf now because they are just so loud. We're a very loud family, but it was so much fun. It was a good time. We got hammered. My siblings went skiing, but not me because
Trauma.
I got in a horrific ski accident 5 years ago now. So that's crazy. It's been that long. But
wait, what was the date that your ski accident
January
happened?
10th.
Okay.
So
I was wondering if it was the same date as my traumatic January
no.
incident.
Yeah, January was a rough month for us.
Yeah.
Not this January.
No, this January.
Past Januaries have been rough. Yeah, but I just was in New York and had a great time. And Jay was there. Or we have to bleep that out because I don't want anyone knowing his name. But he was there. First time like actually hanging out and spending extended period of time with my dad's family. And he did great. They loved him. They were completely ballistic over him.
That's so exciting.
My sister literally started both of my siblings cried talking about how much they love him.
Oh my gosh.
This weekend. Like my sister was like talking to my aunt about it and she was like,
okay,
I just love him so much, and like got all teary-eyed. And then my brother was hammered and demanded to see our engagement video and watched it like 15 times and sobbed and was just like, I just love bleep. I just love him. I just love him so much. I just love him. And he was like, I don't care if I get divorced. I don't care if you get divorced. Talking about my sister. And he was like, I need this to work out. I need them to work. Erin is so happy. I need them to work. So
I mean, I can see it. Your proposal engagement video is
it's a tearjerker.
It is. Like, when I showed my family, like my aunts and uncles who don't even know you were crying watching it. It was like, it
was a good one.
So good.
But that's what happened with me this weekend over the holiday.
Oh,
and you?
I love it.
And you?
Over the weekend, I don't think I did much, but I have started my clinical stuff for school. So that's exciting. I'm so happy to be done with the class portion and be hands-on. I've mentioned before I'm in a healthcare type setting. One thing that I was not prepared for was I have to document people's poops. Let me tell you. Like, so I knew... No. I knew with what I was going for that I was going to have to, like, take patients to the bathroom and get them changed and, like, help them clean themselves up if they can't help themselves. Like, I knew that was part of it, and I was ready for that. But when I got told I had to document any...
Like, log it?
Yeah. Because it's part of, like, their, like, medical information, like, the rest of like their nurses and stuff need to know when they go, especially if they're on like a certain diet or a program or something, because like a bunch of patients are on like bowel programs, so they have to know when they go, where they go, how much they went, and and what it looks like.
What it looks like?
Yes. There is a not observed button. I can click not observed if I don't see it. But like a lot of times I end up having to like flush the toilet for them, or if I'm like cleaning them up, like I'm gonna see it then. But so pretty much it's just my patients that are like independent and can go on their own that I don't see. It's really crazy how fast you become immune to things in this type of setting. But it's been really fun though. I really enjoy it.
I love
minus I mean minus that part, but yes, I've had a lot of great patients. It's great experience. My one patient made me cry because she told me about how amazing I am and how nice I am. Like she was sitting down. She was taking a break and during our session, and she was just like, I just want to thank you for being so nice. You're so amazing. You can always tell when someone loves what they do because it makes such a difference, and I can tell that you love what you do. Like, you're so kind. You're so amazing. And then even when I dropped her back off at her room, like next to her bed, I was like, okay, like, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Anything else I can get for you? And she's like, no, but just thanks again for being so nice. And I was just like, all right, I'm going to go cry now.
That makes it all worth it.
It does. It makes the documenting poops worth it.
There we go. But it's all worth it. Yeah, no, that's so awesome that you have, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what you want to do and you love it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was a scary road getting here because it took me a while to figure it out. Literally, I was a month before graduation for my bachelor's when I was like going for speech pathology, and I decided I don't want to do this. Like, I don't like this as much as I thought I did, and then I completely changed paths, and then I had to do extra schooling, extra time. It was kind of like really hard for me when everyone was asking me, oh, where are you going to grad school for speech? Because I had gone through the grad school process, and for speech pathology you need your master's to practice. So everyone I'm in class with, they're all talking about where they got into grad school, which I did apply to the grad schools and I got in to all the ones I applied to, but they're like, oh, where are you going? And I'm like, oh, I'm actually not going. I decided that I'm completely changing what I'm doing and I'm going this route instead. And it was really weird when everyone's graduating and, like, not that people were judgmental, but they kind of were. They were like, oh, like, okay, because I mean, it's a month before graduation and I'm changing what I'm doing. But so it's nice to know it all worked out. I still love it.
For the better.
And during class, I was really nervous that I was going to end up not liking it just because I didn't love all my classes and stuff. But now actually being hands-on, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I ended up here.
I wish I could have finished school, but I didn't. I dropped out of college, and because I hate school. I hate school so much. And I went for so many different things, but I ended in psychology because I love psychology, and I always thought, oh, well, I want to be a therapist. But thank God I'm not, because as much as I love, like, I love when my friends come to me or my siblings or my family comes to me with help, because I do love giving advice, and I think a lot of the time I do give pretty sound advice, but then I don't know how to solve my own problems at all. But I could not have done it for strangers, having everyone's problems dumped on me all the time. And then I couldn't go to school. Like, I couldn't finish my bachelor's degree. I couldn't finish undergrad, let alone go to get my master's and then get a doctorate. Like, I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do it. So I dropped out, and now I have no clue what to do with my life.
We're just girls in our 20s.
Just figuring it out. I'm just figuring it out.
The goal is to be trophy wives.
That's the goal. But honestly, all I've ever wanted to be is a mom. And I know that's going to be so hard. But it's like, I feel like right now I'm in, like, a waiting period.
Yeah, because
I hate work. I mean, most people do. But I can't find anything that I even remotely enjoy doing. So I'm still at the same waitressing job that I've had since I was 15 years old. Just because it's such good money.
I was going to say, you make such good money.
And I literally can and have
yeah.
done it in my sleep. Like, I literally can do it in my sleep. It's so easy. But I'm like, almost 25 years old, and I've been at this job for almost 10 years. And all my coworkers are 14, 15, 16, 17 years old. So I can't really make a lot of friends there. I mean, I can, but they're all in high school. That's weird.
It's a little weird.
I mean, there's whatever. But
yeah.
I just feel like I'm waiting because all I really want to do is be a mom, but I do not want kids.
But you don't want to be
I don't want to be a mom
yet,
right now. Like maybe in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Not right now. So I'm just kind of waiting around, and I feel like I'm so far behind everybody else. So all those people listening out here who might be in my shoes, you're not alone.
If you are 24, 25, mid, early, late 20s, and you don't know what you're doing yet,
we got time.
You're
My
fine.
favorite thing is it's from Rainn Wilson, Dwight Schrute, who was like, your 20s are literally for failure. It's for trial and error. Era?
Oh.
Trial and error.
Trial and error era.
It's literally your trial and error era. But seriously, that's what it's for. It's for figuring it out. It's for doing everything you can under the sun. And it's so nice that I literally work at my high school waitressing job because it's just on the weekends and I can pick up shifts in the middle of the week whenever. And I get to travel all the time with my fiance because that's what he does for work. So I don't have to call out of work or anything. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to Italy. Like, it's so much fun. But then when I'm not doing those fun things, I'm like, did my headphones just break?
No.
They just fell off my head.
Oops.
But anyway, so I feel like a failure in my life, but I guess I'm not.
You're not.
I guess.
Dude, you are living the dream.
I mean, I'm thriving.
You are.
I'm thriving. Like, I'm having so much fun. But at the same time, on like in my parents' eyes, I'm a failure. I'm failing.
Yeah, it's hard when you're not the standard because then kind of the same thing, even though completely different situation. Like I was saying, when I decided I didn't want to be speech, like you just feel judged by anyone who asks you things. Like even if you don't really have that much of an issue with it, it's just the
outside perspective,
the outside judgment of
because
things.
If this was like 50 years ago, because really what I do for during the week is I'm a stay-at-home housewife. Basically, I cook and clean after my fiance all day, every day. That's what I do during the week. And if this was 50 years ago, that would be totally normal.
That's the norm.
And it would be like the opposite. Like everyone would think you're the weird one for wanting a career. But now I'm the weird one because I don't want a career because of today's day and age. But
I was going to say something so stupid.
Say
so
it.
bad. I was going to say, stupid women. Why did they ever want to get jobs? Why did they make me want to work?
I know.
Kidding, guys. We know it's good. There's a bunch of good things, but
it stinks because I wish I had a career, but there's nothing that I want. Like no career sound good to me.
Yeah, it's hard to force yourself to do something if you don't want to do it, because then you're just going to be miserable and unhappy with it. And like my patient said to me, you can tell when someone loves what they do because it makes a difference.
And I was nannying for a while because I thought of that as like it is prepared. It was like school for being a mom is taking care of other people's kids. But the job that I worked at, I had a different family pretty much every single day, which was nice at times because I had a different schedule, a different routine. But then it was hard because I had a different schedule, a different routine. I couldn't get comfortable with the kids or the parents because I was only there 1, 2, 3 times and then was in a brand new house the next day.
That would give me so much anxiety.
It was so stressful. It was like starting a new job every single day because I was.
Yeah.
So driving to work, I'm like shaking with nerves because I have such bad anxiety about meeting new people because I'm so awkward. But I did it and it made me stronger for sure. But I didn't like it. And kids are so horrible these days.
Yeah.
Kids are really hard.
They
None
are.
of them had any discipline or control, and if they didn't want to do something, they were not going to do it. And if I was like, well, why don't you just try it, then they would throw things at me. Like the amount of toys and things I got thrown at my head, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I gotta go. Bye.
I don't have the patience for it.
No.
Literally, they asked me the other day, like at my field work, why I didn't want to go into pediatrics, and I'm like, it just takes a special kind of person to deal with kids, and to be honest, that person is not me.
Nope.
Especially the way kids are these days. Not me.
Not me.
Can't do it.
I can't do it. My own kids all like.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. It's way different when
like
it's
my
your
own
own
kids.
kids. It's
Yeah.
so much different when
And I'll
it's
get
your
to
own
choose
kids.
how they're raised.
Exactly.
And
You're
I'll raise
not
them the way I
you're
want
not
them to be
gonna
raised.
raise them to be spoiled
Tyrants.
and yeah.
Tyrants.
Yeah.
Because the kids that I babysat were tyrants. I mean, they were all
Yeah.
sweet kids to their
Yeah.
core. Like, it's so hard to not love them.
Mhm.
Like, it's because when they have those sweet moments where they just
Yep.
come up and cuddle with you, I'm like,
You're like,
oh my God, I
okay,
love
it's all
you.
okay now.
And then 5 minutes later, they throw a toy at my head. I'm like, all right, I can't stand this kid.
Yeah.
But I loved them, but I hated them.
Yeah.
And I had to get out
Love
of there.
it, yeah.
I had to get out of there.
Yeah, that would have drove me nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do in the meantime until I'm
Yeah.
a mom. I guess just make bank as a waitress and
Yeah.
clean up after my sloppy fiance.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's better than documenting poop and
Exactly.
wiping asses like
Exactly.
like me right now.
Exactly. Yeah, I could never do that.
Yeah.
I could never do that. Yeah, my dad's family was like, I think you would make a great nurse. And I was like, have you guys ever met me? I would make a
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you. That's such a good compliment.
Yeah.
But I could
I think
not
it's just
do that.
the empathetic
Yes,
side of
my
it. Like
personality.
you'd be good with the
Bedside manner.
bedside
I
being
think so,
empathetic and
too.
stuff. That side of things, you
I think,
would.
but I could not
Yeah.
do the
I
nurse
couldn't.
part of
I
it.
couldn't even do the more nurse-like
No,
stuff. Like,
no, like my friend
I'm
Maddie, like,
very content
putting
with mine.
IVs
Yeah.
in people.
Oh my gosh, no,
I
I
can't do
don't
that.
trust myself for that.
No,
yeah.
I can't do that. And having to work the 12-hour shifts,
Oh,
I could never do
Yeah.
that. I could
that's
never
the great thing about
do that.
my stuff too. It's pretty
Mhm.
much like I go in at 7:15
Mhm.
and I get done at like 3
Oh,
o'clock.
that's so nice.
Which, like, I have to wake up at 5:30 in the morning because
Mhm.
it's a 45-minute drive. Yeah. But I get done early,
Mhm.
and it's only because I have to see my patients, like, early in
Mhm.
the morning to get them ready for the day. But
Yeah, I would rather
but
start early
I
and
would
be done
rather,
earlier.
exactly. I prefer getting done early. And the timing I'm working, like, I
Mhm.
miss most of the traffic and
Mhm,
stuff,
mhm.
and it's great.
And it'll be so nice
but-
once daylight savings time is over, and then you
Oh,
have so many
yes.
hours of light when you get home.
Mhm,
Because right now,
mhm.
it's still a little bit light when you get home, right?
Yeah, it's still light when I'm driving home.
Yeah,
Some days
which
I
is
get done a
nice.
bit earlier too. Like if I don't have much documentation, I'll get done at like 2:30. If I
Mhm.
have a lot of documentation, I'll get done at like 3:30.
Oh,
But it's normally
so
still
nice.
light when I
I
get
always
home.
would rather have to wake up earlier and be done earlier. Like when they were trying
Yeah.
to change at our high school, they were trying to change it to
Oh,
start time 8 o'clock
yeah.
instead of 7:30, which they did.
I know.
It's like that now. But
It's
I
the
did not want them to
stupidest
do
thing.
that.
I didn't want that. I had
Because
too
we-
much to do after school.
We got out at 2:15, and I
Yeah.
had PM senior privilege. Senior year, I got out at
Oh my
1:23
gosh,
in the
yeah.
after. I was done school at 1:23.
Yes. It was so nice
I had the
having all
whole
afternoon.
day.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so
And
nice.
then, like, certain times of the year, I had so much going on that I barely had
Mhm.
time to do anything, even getting out that early. So I can't imagine getting out later.
No.
It was one of the
Yeah.
stupidest.
I would always rather go in early and
things.
get out early than go in late and get out
I'm the same
late.
way. It's just adjusting to the waking up early.
Yes.
But I tried to start waking up early before I started to get used to it.
Mhm.
And, you know, some days it's easier than others.
Yes,
But especially
yes.
because I'm trying to break my night owl habits.
I know, I'm such
Because
a
I
night owl.
love to, like, I normally just stay up and read till, like, 2 a.m.
Yeah, me too.
And
I love to stay up late. I
Yeah.
always have though.
Mhm.
I like ever since I can remember I would
Oh,
sleep,
yeah.
which is so
Same.
ironic that I would rather wake up early and
Yeah,
get out
but-
early, but I love to sleep in
Mhm.
and stay up all hours of the night.
Mhm.
I've always been like that, and I don't
Yeah.
know how to change it.
Isn't it called like reverse procrastination or something? Because like
Oh.
nighttime is like the time that you actually have to yourself, and
Mhm.
you don't want to like be like, oh, I'm busy all day, and then I finally get time to myself and I'm just going to sleep.
Mhm.
So now I
Mhm.
actually want to do stuff that I enjoy.
Yep. Yeah, because I'm working,
So-
I'm doing stuff around the house all day, and then nighttime comes,
Mhm.
and my fiance's like, "All right, let's go to bed." I'm like, "Well, I didn't get
It's
to
like,
watch my
yeah.
shows.
It's like I want to read my
I didn't get to
book.
watch my shows and read my little
I-
stories about
I
fairies."
have the ultimate lazy setup for reading my book now. Dude, it is so amazing, and it works great for reading in bed, especially when my man's is asleep, because I can read
Sleepy time,
without
boy.
disturbing him.
Mm-hmm.
I got the holder
I need this
thing.
setup.
Yeah, I got the holder that holds I read on my iPad instead of a Kindle, but it's pretty much the same thing. And I like it because I have the iPad app on or the Kindle app on my iPad, but I also use the holder all the time if I'm watching like shows and doing dishes, because then I can like have it set up on the counter in front of me. Oh, it's so nice. So I have the holder. So I'm like laying in bed and I have my holder all set up. So it's like the perfect angle, perfect distance. I have like the brightness all the way down and the size turned all the way up for nighttime. And I have the little page turner and I'm cozied up like under the blankets, just clicking my button, reading the book literally until I fall asleep.
It's freezing cold, so you get to stay under the blanket.
Yes, I get to stay under and
having to stay out so you can scroll.
One
or
of
flip
the most annoying things is trying to flip the page when I'm like finally comfy and then I have to like reach up, or like especially if like my boyfriend's cuddling me and he like I feel like I have to like move the arm, or like I'm gonna like wake him up if I move even a tiny bit. So just a little click, click. Oh my gosh, it is life-changing. I used to be like, wow, that's kind of crazy that people go through all that, but now that I have it, I hate reading any other way.
Add that to wedding registry. Have someone else buy it for me.
Perfect. Honestly, it really wasn't that expensive, though. I mean, I asked for mine for Christmas, but it really wasn't that bad.
Wedding registries are the greatest life hack ever.
I know.
I can put pretty much anything I want on there. Yeah. And someone's going to buy it. Like, my fiance's cousin was like, I put things that I didn't even need or really even want on there. She was like, I put hex-clad pots and pans, like top-tier pots and pans. But I'm not a cook. Like, I don't cook that often. I put them on there thinking I was never going to get them. I freaking got them. I was like, I love adding to my wedding registry.
Oh, my gosh. That's
like
going to be
6 rugs on there. I don't even need 6 rugs.
You get all 6.
But I'm like, because right now I live in a little apartment, but we want to move into a house in the next couple of years. So I'd rather put all this stuff on the registry and get it now and store it at our parents' houses, or even get a little storage space and have it all saved. And then when we get a house, I have
then you
everything
already have
I
it
need
and it
for
won't cost
our
you more money.
house.
You should do like a little like donate to a house fund on your registry.
Okay, so here's the thing. We want to do that, but my mom says I'm not allowed to. She says it's my mom
trashy, just asking for money.
Yes. My mom grew up in on the main line. She grew up on the main line. So image was very important to her family, where I personally couldn't care less if people think it's trashy.
It's also so different today because
our generation puts funds on there.
Yeah, and like in my opinion, one, it's way more expensive, and this isn't even my opinion, it's way more expensive to get a house and all these things
much harder
today than it used to be. But also back then, you used to not live together until you got married, so it made sense. Okay, we buy the house and like it's expensive, so when we get married, people will buy stuff to fill our house. But you live with your fiance, I live with my boyfriend, like we already have a bunch of stuff, even though moving into a house will need more, but like I think it's way more practical to ask for money for a home than to be putting on stuff that you don't even need.
And
you know,
so funny. My mom was like, "It's not my responsibility or any of my friends' responsibility to buy you a house," and my fiance was like, "But it's their responsibility to buy me a toaster."
Yeah,
like that doesn't really. That's not a good argument, Mom. Like. But I can't really argue that much with her because I'm very lucky where my parents are paying for my wedding. So I can't argue with her on a lot. But I do have one because I'm making it on Amazon and they just automatically put a gift card fund on there.
Okay.
So people can add money for gift cards and it's just automatically on there and I'm going to be like, I didn't see it.
It's like, oh no.
And just keep one fund on there.
You couldn't take it off. I don't know.
But all my fiance wants, he's like, I get it, it's fine. I just want one fund on there, and then we can use the money for whatever we need, most likely for a house. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Yeah. We'll freaking see.
Oh my gosh. Adulting, man.
I know. It's really hard.
So expensive these days.
It really, really is. I've got to get my car fixed. And I do not have the money for that. My brakes are going out, and apparently there's something wrong with my catalytic catalytic converter or something, which can cost up to $2,000, not including labor.
Oh.
But our buddy who checked that for me, he was like, you can let it go for a while. You're just not going to pass your emissions test if you need to get your car inspected anytime soon. But he was like, definitely get your brakes done. And he is going to do them for me, which is so nice. I just have to buy the brakes, and he's going to do all the work for me.
That's so nice.
And then I've got to get that what the fuck is a catalytic converter? I don't know what that does, but it's going to cost me $2,000. I don't have $2,000, guys. I don't have that kind of money. I'm just a girl. Someone please give me $2,000 for my catalytic converter.
For the catalytic converter.
I'm just a girl. And you know what else is going to happen? I'm going to walk in there, say, hey, my catalytic converter shot. Can you fix that? And they're like, okay, sure. That's going to be $2,000. On top of that, we're going to need to fix all of these trillion other things that are going to cost you another $1 trillion. They're not necessary, but we're gonna do them. And then I don't know what they mean, and I'm gonna say, okay, I guess. And then I'm gonna cry, and then I'm gonna have no money. So, which isn't gonna be me any different from in your 20s right now.
And that's being a girl in your 20s.
That's
what it's all about.
Like.
Crying car
shops.
Yes,
and mechanics shops.
Yeah. What are they called?
Auto shops?
Auto shops?
The car fixing place.
The car.
Also, I don't know if you guys noticed, but our lava lamp is working today.
It's actually working. If you ever watch on video or watch the clips, you know this is normally frozen and in some funky ways.
Never working. It is working
great today.
It looks so good. Look at her go. I love the lava lamp. I did have her warming up for a couple of hours before we came
and
here.
we had a nice long chat about the podcast, which maybe we should give a quick update before rapid fire
Great transition.
questions.
Great transition.
Yeah, so little update on structure of the podcast.
Yes.
We're really not changing too much. We just kind of want to have more of a direction with what we're doing, because so far each episode we've done we've been all over.
We've literally been figuring it out as we go. We decided one day, let's start a podcast, and just started without thinking twice about it.
Yeah.
So now we sat down and thought twice about it.
We had too many ideas when we started, which was the issue.
So now we're just going to break it down, because we're just girls. We're just girls in our 20s. What the hell's going on? We're going to talk about books, because we've been reading a lot.
You see these books here?
This one is my current read. Just finished The Little Blue Guy.
The little
novella.
Akatargo's Hallmark.
Yes. Which I liked it.
It's like fun,
a lot of
but
people
there's
hated
just
it. I liked it.
It just was like
it was boring.
You know, like nothing's happening. Like it's fun,
except
cutesy, whatever. Oh, well, yeah.
But anyway,
stuff do be happening.
So we're gonna have like some book segments where we were thinking maybe every couple of weeks we start a book club where we pick a book and we have like 2 weeks to read it, and you guys can read along with us, and we'll give weekly updates or something on the pod, and we can start a cute little book club together, which would be fun. And we'll also talk about movies and TV shows like The Vampire Diaries and things like that. We want to talk about funny things we see on TikTok, because we do be on TikTok, and
we do.
Now that it's not banned anymore, we can really go crazy on that. We want to talk about the drama that goes on in our lives, which
documenting poop.
Yep, it do be happening. And we really want to focus a lot on girlhood and what it's like to be a girl and what it's like to be a girl in your 20s. So maybe we can give stories about what to expect if you're not 20, if you're in your teens and you're watching us. Something you can expect when you're in your 20s. If you are in your 20s and have questions or anything, or want to give us advice, please reach out. That would be great. We want to hear what you guys have to say and whatever. And if you are over 20 and have good advice for us, please give it to us, because we need it. We're just girls, and we're struggling.
If you've watched any of these episodes, you would know.
We've got ping pong brain, as my mom calls it, just going all over the place. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so
in the world and in our lives.
Because we're just girls.
We live in a little bubble.
Our little girl bubble.
Yes, it's just us in there. And
Erin and Lana.
And we're in love. In our bubble.
In our girl bubble.
In our little bubble. In the Erin and Lana, we're just girls bubble. If you guys want to join our bubble, come on in.
come join the bubble.
It's a lot of fun in here.
It is.
We cry, we laugh, we hug, we kiss, we talk about books.
Mm-hmm.
And poops, apparently.
Yeah. Rapid fire questions, we love to do those.
We are going to move on to them because you guys seem to love our rapid fire questions.
And I love them. So
I have a lot of fun finding rapid fire questions, coming up with them,
yes,
and then answering them.
Yes.
And seeing what your answers are
yes.
too. So do you want to start us off with a rapid fire question?
Sure. So my first rapid fire question is a would you rather. Would you rather always have shoes full of spaghetti or hair that smells like old milk? Coming in hot with this one.
How the hell do I even answer that? Honestly, I'm going to say shoes filled with spaghetti because as much as that would be a sensory nightmare for me, one of my favorite compliments ever to get is that I smell good. Yep. If someone tells me, like, one of my biggest things is I want to smell good. And if someone says, oh my gosh, you smell so good right now, I will propose to you on the spot because that's my favorite compliment ever. So I do not want my hair to smell like old milk. And old milk is one of the worst smells ever. It is. So that's my answer to that question.
I think I would have to agree. I probably would rather have shoes full of spaghetti all the time.
Because I can wash my feet.
Yeah. You'll just be squishing all day.
Yeah, that would be horrible. That would
might be slippery too. They're both horrible options. They are both horrible options,
but I would have to pick the spaghetti one. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's that.
Yeah. Not much more you can say on that.
Nope. We're gonna end that one. My question is, if you could live in any fictional universe, which would you choose and why?
Any fictional universe. I'm gonna have to say the Sarah J. Maas universe.
There we go.
And you're only on Silver Flames. You haven't delved into the rest.
I haven't even started it yet.
She hasn't started this yet.
I literally just finished Starlight and Frost last night.
Yes. If I had to pick one specific worlds of hers, I would pick the world that Throne of Glass takes place in because
which I got that whole box series
that
for Christmas.
is I'm so excited for you to read it. It is a life-changing journey. Throne of Glass, I still think about it every day. I read it almost a year ago and I still think about it every day to this day.
Maybe for our first book club, I'll start reading Throne of Glass and you can reread Throne of Glass.
It's tempting. I read it in like 3 months. I read
all of them?
I think so, yeah. All of them.
I'm a really slow reader, guys.
I read slow, but I just read
so much.
I just read a lot. And at the time, I didn't care for my classes, so I just read all the time. So if I had to live in any universe, I can't say too much because you haven't read it yet.
Don't give anything away.
But yes, I still think about those characters on a daily basis. I think about the books on a daily basis. I wish I could read it for the first time again. I have a tattoo
I've heard that so
for the
many
book.
Times.
Just no other series will ever compare to Throne of Glass after reading it. There's also a reason why I just said the SJM world instead of just Throne of Glass, because maybe they're connected.
I'm actually I'm so excited to read that, but I kind of want to put it off because if no book's ever going to compare to it again, you know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. My friend told me that before the next ACOTAR book comes out, I should read Crescent City because I haven't read Crescent City yet because a lot of things connecting Crescent City.
So I've got to read that. Do I have to read Throne of Glass before the next ACOTAR book comes out?
Yeah. So
and
because
now I have to also read Crescent City?
Well, to read Crescent City, you should read Throne of Glass first because characters may or may not show up from her other series in Crescent City. So you should read.
Because I've got a lot of reading to do.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of reading to do.
So we'll be enjoying book club.
Yes.
I know. I have so much reading to do because the new Fourth Wing came out today. The third
haven't
book of
read
the
that, so
Empyrean
I've seen
series, yes, which you have to read that one. And I will be running to Target immediately after this to buy it, but I have to finish the book I'm currently on and then read that book. So
We've got a lot of reading to do, girls.
yes, I know.
2025 is the year of reading.
Reading. My goal is 35 books this year. I read 37 last year.
My goal is I think 15 this year because I'm not a reader, guys.
Yeah, you're not.
And one of my New Year's resolutions is to replace all my other free time where I would normally be watching TV or just watching TV or TikTok or Instagram and replacing it with reading. And so far this year, I've been doing a really good job of that. But it's only January. So plenty of time to fail.
You'll go through phases, so.
But yeah.
Okay, next question.
Wait, I didn't answer that question.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, yeah, you didn't. What world would you live in?
I would live in the One Tree Hill universe because that, how you think about Throne of Glass all the time, I think about One Tree Hill constantly, and I have rewatched that show. I'm on my 13th rewatch of that show.
Oh my gosh,
there's
never
9
seen
seasons.
It. I'll watch it. That'll be one of our.
I'm on my 13th rewatch
discussions.
of that show. It is and I'm listening to the podcast along with it. It is one of my favorite things that has ever existed. I did a project on it in 11th grade, and I got like a 100% on it. Because it was really good. But that's the world that's the fictional universe I would live in, is Tree Hill, North Carolina.
I support it.
Yep. Someone,
I guess I should watch it.
I gotta go to Tree Hill ASAP. Next question?
So this one kind of goes along with one of our previous questions. You know, when we asked each other what our superpowers would be, I said I would die on the hill of teleportation. And so this question is, if you could teleport, but you could only teleport to public restrooms, would you still use the power?
If I teleported to the public restroom, could I then walk out of the public restroom?
Yeah.
And go around?
Yeah.
Then yes, absolutely.
Yes. But it teleports you into a stall, regardless of if it knows there's someone in there or not.
Yeah. I'd still do it.
I think I would too.
Because if I could teleport to Italy and I end up in the stall,
it's like, oh, well, I'll just...
Sorry, I gotta go, guys.
I think they'll be more shocked by the fact that you just appeared and teleported in front of
so too, than the fact that I'm in the stall with them at all.
And clearly I'm unfazed by being in the bathroom with people, so...
Yeah, exactly.
It's not an issue for me.
I'm like, sorry, guys, gotta go see the Coliseum.
Yep.
I gotta go.
I gotta go.
Yeah, I would definitely still do it. It would totally be worth
use it.
We could go to Australia.
And it would also be nice because if you gotta pee,
boom,
that's the fastest way to get there.
Yeah, I would 1,000%, not even a question. Yes, I would do it. I would totally do it. Okay, this one kind of goes along with the last question I asked. If you could live in a video game for a week, which one would you pick and what would you do?
Minecraft for sure.
I don't know why Minecraft didn't even cross my mind.
I
had 2 cross my mind.
Oh, interesting. Probably Animal Crossing for you. Yeah, I was gonna say mine is Minecraft because that has been my day one video game, and I also this is so embarrassing. I'm in another Minecraft phase right now.
Here we go.
Where I go through phases every like couple of months. I get really into Minecraft again. And it's so bad that right now my Reels feed on Instagram is just people doing like building different buildings and like showing how they build it. And it's like, oh, build this starter German home with me in Minecraft. And it's just a video of them building it like in times 2 speed. And that's like,
I've gotten some of those
that's
before.
like every single video on my Reels feed right now. So I'm in another Minecraft phase. What would I do? Well, it depends if I
was in survival
or creative, because if I'm in survival, I gotta survive. I would probably though build a pig army regardless.
There we go.
And go live and terrorize the villagers. And I would just walk around doing the villager noise all day long, and I would try and blend in with them because you know how much we love to do the Minecraft villager sound.
We do. I love that.
Anyways.
Minecraft would be so fun. Yes. I would either do...
It would be so much fun to just build
stuff. I would either do Animal Crossing, but the Wii version where I just fish and sell my fish and my oranges to Tom Nook, and I buy things for my house. That's what I would do in Animal Crossing. Or Mario Kart, because who doesn't want to live real life Mario Kart? Everyone wants that. I remember trying to build real life Mario Kart with my siblings and my family friends when I was like 10 years old, and boy was it a blast.
That would be fun.
So I would either do Animal Crossing or Mario Kart.
I approve. I like both of those options as well.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Looks like we're running out of time, unfortunately. We've only got a couple minutes left. Do we have time for one more question? Producer, do you reckon? Yes. We have time for one more question. Go ahead, Lana.
I feel like I should make it a good one. Okay, this one also kind of goes along with the superpower thing because you want to be invisible, fly on the wall. So if you could be invisible, but only while holding your breath, how long would you last, and how much would you like risk being able to hold your breath? You know, like if you went in somewhere, was like, oh, I might have to be in here for a while. Do I risk how long I can hold my breath just to be invisible in here?
If I did it right now, no training, I would last 30 seconds somewhere. Like, I'm not that good at holding my breath. For someone who loves to be underwater, I cannot hold my breath very long. So if I was allowed to train my lungs to be able to hold my breath longer, which people do, like swimmers and free divers, they've got to train. So if I could train, then yeah, I would do it and I would risk it. I would go for it.
Yeah.
If I could hold my breath up to 3 minutes, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'd go nuts.
Yeah.
But
you would just have to have like a watch or something.
If I had to be invisible holding my breath right now, I'd last 30 seconds.
Yeah. Knowing me, I would probably try and do it for as long as I could, get like stuck somewhere, not able to like get out, and keep holding my breath until like I would like pass out or something.
I like that about you.
And then when I would pass out, I would start breathing again, so then I would suddenly be uninvisible. So that
is that what would happen if you just breathe?
If
you're uninvisible
if you
again.
breathe, then you can see you again. So like say, oh, I think I can hold my breath for like 3 minutes, so I'm gonna go into this room and listen to this conversation, and then I start breathing again. Like I forget I have to hold my breath and I just appear, or I pass out and I appear. I literally appear as I'm passing out.
You're
like
eavesdropping onto like a conversation, and you're just
and
there.
then
And
suddenly
like,
I just appear I appear mid passing out.
Oh,
that would be my luck, I think, if I were to do it, but I would probably still risk it anyways.
I love that. So. That would be really, really freaking funny.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all we have time for today. I think that was a great episode. Personally, I had a fun time.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna
just chit chatting.
Yeah, and if you guys liked the chit chat, because I liked the chit chat, let us know. Because that was fun for us. And next episode, we might dive into some books.
I think we'll have some book talk.
We'll have some book talk. Book talk?
Book talk.
Exactly.
Book talk.
Book talk? Book talk.
It sounds like we're doing tongue twisters again. I gotta get out of here.
Again. So we're gonna chat about books and more girl stuff, girlhood stuff.
Because
we're just girls
on Tuesdays.
Yes, we're just girls on Tuesdays. We will see you guys next week. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Wow, we did that perfectly with the time.
Wow.